What is up, everyone? I am Ryan. I am the man who travels the world, shows you cool things, and right now I am in Lithuania. This is the Hill of Crosses, a pretty unique place, a pretty interesting kind of sad place here in Lithuania, and this is our last day in the country. Tomorrow we head to Latvia, and in this video I'm going to go over our trip. I'm going to show you some highlights. I'm going to give you the budget, how much we spent. It's a pretty budget-friendly place, but there's ways to save some money, so I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to give you all kinds of information. I'll cover off the accommodations, the food, transportation. So stay tuned. It's a big video. We are on bicycles today, so we're going to have to ride home in the rain, and it's getting a little chilly out. Sarah's here with me. You ready to have a wet ride home?
Yeah.
Let's go. But while we do that, you guys are going to start things off with accommodations here in Lithuania. Alright, so this is the hallway to our accommodation. What I think they do is... That scared me. Somebody was coming out and it scared me. What I was going to say is I think what they do is take an apartment, they renovate it so they divide it up into a bunch of little small apartments like this one. This is where we're staying. We got a cupboard, we got a hot plate, got utensils and stuff in here, pots, pans. This is a fridge, and yeah, it's a little kitchen, but it's nice to have it, but it's quite small. This is the entire thing. Bed, windows, Sarah. This one has a TV. A lot of them don't have TVs. One space to sit that's not the bed, and yeah, kitchen. Everything modern, new, IKEA, bathrooms decent, and so this room I want to say is $45 a night, maybe something like that, which is pretty average. This is the second biggest city in Lithuania. Vilnius was a little bit more money, and we're like a 10-minute walk to the old town, I'd say. River is right there too, so location-wise it's fine. And the next place I think is a little bit, actually a lot bigger. It's more of an apartment, full apartment. And this is a tour of our accommodations in where are we? Klaipeda. Klaipeda. Klaipeda? Klaipeda. Klaipeda. I added a duh. Klaipeda. Klaipeda.
Klaipeda.
The names are tough here. So this is essentially like an Airbnb, but it's through Booking. All of our hotels or accommodations were booked through Booking.com, but they're, I think, all like that. You get the entire apartment thing. I don't know what they call that on there, but big kitchen, and it's packed full of everything you need. There's actually some oils and stuff, well equipped. And nice big fridge here. Look at this dining table. The bit of a view of a parking lot. Some trees though. Sarah's being a traitor to the Buffalo Bills and watching some kind of Dallas Cowboys cheerleader thing. I believe we paid 52 euros a night for this, so a little bit more than we paid in other places, but it's a lot better. Bathroom, it's got a tub. Take a nice hot bath later. And it's also got a shower. Nice big space. So we're in I want to say it's like a Soviet apartment block. I don't know for sure if the Soviets built this, but that's the sense I get from it. They're interesting because they're really drab from the outside, but they're really actually quality buildings. Like, look how thick that wall is. That's a thick wall. This is the bedroom here. There's a big mirror with my bed head. Taking care to comb my hair. Care taken. And yeah, nice big bed. Way bigger than all the beds that we've had elsewhere. And this head with some plants growing out of it. That's a highlight. It's a good spot. It's not like in the old town, but it's not a bad walk. And it's just, I like staying in these local kind of spots where you can get a sense of what it would be like to live there. Oh, sorry, I speak English. Some kind of repairman. I think he wants access to the building, maybe? I don't know. Okay, let's move on to food, because you need it to live. I highly recommend you eat food while you're traveling in Lithuania. Oh, I hit my head, lawsuit, free bagels. They have quiche by the kilo. That looks pretty good, eh? With salmon or ham and cheese. So I would say this would be a cheap meal here. Like, this is about as cheap of a breakfast you're gonna get. Probably. I mean, you could probably find cheaper. Yeah, especially in Old Town pedestrian street here. And it costs 15 for the 2 coffees and the 2 bagel sandwiches. Is it good? I'm craving a bagel for some reason. These bakeries are a great way to get a cheap meal in Lithuania. They have a ton of options, although most of them are combinations of bread and cheese. We found ourselves doing a lot of little picnics with stuff we picked up at bakeries. Keeping us, I don't know, special local little pastry, kind of like a pie, meat in it, and a nice picnic spot here on the shores of the Great Lake, blah blah blah. In Lithuania, people tend to eat a bigger lunch than dinner, and you're going to find better deals at lunchtime, so this works out for you budget-savvy travelers. Watch for signs outside of restaurants with lunch deals written out on them. A lot of these places are very local, they don't cater to tourists, they don't have English, so you'll have to do some translating, but what you'll get is a unique environment with some good, reasonably priced food. To be honest, it's kind of hard to find these places because they're usually old school joints that have been around for a while, and a lot of them aren't on Google Maps. We paid around €5 for each of these meals. I took a risk and got my pork chop witch style. I didn't know what that meant, but I think it basically means with all the toppings. I don't know what it is. There's onions on it. It's just like a witch's brew on top of that. A bit too much ketchup for me, but it was tasty. You can compare those meals to a couple similar ones in a higher end restaurant in a tourist area, this one in the old town of Kaunas. Great little restaurant, back patio. Food's been ordered, coming soon. Oh, Sarah found a dessert menu. So this is kvass. This is, I think it's made out of rye.
Yeah.
It's fermented rye or something.
They started making it when they ran out of enough grain to make beer.
It's not alcoholic, but it's like slightly alcoholic maybe.
It's supposed to be good for your probiotics. It tastes like a fermented bread drink.
So this is about, I think this was $8.90. Do you remember how much yours was?
I think mine was like 11.
11? Just to give you an idea of what, this is like a tourist restaurant, so, you know, we're looking to spend around 10, 11, 12 each eating out. All right, lunch in our bellies, €28 in total, so, you know, kind of pricey compared to what I'm used to, but not too bad as far as Western prices go, I suppose. Yeah, €28, including tip. Okay, I'm in a grocery store. This is a big Ika. It's a big grocery store here in Kaunas, and some interesting fish in here, and smoked fish. Smoked fish is a big thing here in Lithuania, really tasty. It's actually really cheap too. It's all by the kilo. Look at that, smoked fish, salmon, €1.50 for all that. That's crazy. So this is how you're going to save money on food while you're traveling in Lithuania, because they have a lot of pre-packaged, pre-made stuff. Some butcher counter, but then you got this type of stuff. We just bought some of those chicken wings. That's for our dinner tonight. We got some fresh veg to make into a little bit of a salad. Got lots of smoked meats and stuff like this, which you got to heat up, but most places have kitchens here, which is great. I would definitely recommend getting a kitchen if you want to save money. Of course, the bread section is always really good. More bread section over here. You make little sandwiches. The deli section is always huge. This is all cheese and dairy, sour creams, stuff like that. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Grocery store is your friend in Lithuania. And let's do a real quick look at the booze section. So the beers, you're looking at from €1 to €2 or more. I've been drinking a lot of this one. This one's good. This is like the main beer brand in Lithuania, and they do a hell of a good job. Really good beer here. Way cheaper to buy a beer in the grocery store, $1.50 versus $5 at a bar. But of course, sitting in your hotel drinking beer isn't nearly as exciting as going to a bar in Lithuania. We found Lithuania has a great bar scene, eating crepes, drinking cider and cherry beers, and this weird food truck kind of park bar. I don't know how to explain it. Just a bunch of food trucks in there. We're kind of on the quiet edge of it all, but there's a park over here, and then you come in here and it's just like a hangout. It's a happening spot. I also found that the bar snacks in Lithuania are awesome.
Look at these little paninis. We have to do them one day.
Okay, then check this out. It's like a big cheese stick. Here's some smoked fish with bread and cucumbers. We had this at the Shivy Tourist Brew House in Klaipeda. But the king of bar snacks in Lithuania is kepta duona. It's simply rye bread that's been fried. This version was served with a fried bulb of garlic and a cheese-infused dip. Usually you just get it with the dip, which has garlic in it. It's crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside, and very addictive. Overall, Lithuanian food is very good, but I found it a little heavy and unhealthy, at least compared to Asia, where I've lived for the past 4 years. They love pig fat, they love dairy, they don't eat enough vegetables in my opinion, but every meal I had was delicious. Some dishes to try out? I guess we should start with their national dish, cepelini. What? Potato dumpling stuffed with meat.
Say it, but it tastes like maggots. No, it's like a meatball, but the flavor tastes exactly like faggots.
What? Pickle? That good.
Best pickle I've had in 10 years.
Best pickle you've had in 10 years?
I can easily say that.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You've ate a lot of pickles in the past
Yeah, I
10
know.
years
I
too.
eat a lot of pickles.
They're really good at pickling things in Lithuania. I was surprised when I saw turkey on the menu. This is, I think on the menu it translated to turkey stew, but it's almost closer to a curry. Actually, the sauce reminded me of the sauce in a beef stroganoff. And it was served over barley. They grow a lot of barley here. For some more budget-friendly food options, this beetroot soup is called shaltabar shai, and it's a cold soup, usually served with hot potatoes. It's made with kefir, which is a fermented milk. Lithuanians are a bit obsessed with this soup, and I can see why. It's very refreshing and a great lunch that can be had for under €5. Another somewhat cheaper meal in Lithuania is pizza. They make a good Italian-style za, and it'll cost something like €12 for one that can be split between 2 people. Kebabs are kind of the go-to cheap meal in Europe, and it's no different in Lithuania. They're tasty and portable, so you can grab one and sit in one of Lithuania's many green spaces. That's a great segue. Let's talk a bit about the green spaces, the parks, and the squares in Lithuania. This is a pretty cool spot. I would say a pretty awesome, important spot in all of Lithuania. This is the confluence of the Neris River and the Namunis River. I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of that, but the 2 longest rivers in Lithuania, and they join right here in Kaunas. And if you look behind us, see that? That's all park. And I just think it's really great that this whole area, like a big, huge park, just built on this area where these 2 rivers meet. I live in Phnom Penh, and we have a confluence of the Mekong and the Tonle Sap River, and of course they built a hotel right at the end of it. It's a big ugly hotel that nobody wants to stay at. It doesn't even have proper windows so you can look out and see the beauty of it all. But here in Lithuania, there's green spaced at all. Like you can see, like there's hardly any buildings being built along the river, which is obviously prime real estate, really expensive place to live and an easy place to make money, but I really appreciate that. about this country. It's chilly. Bomb-ass park. This kid's gonna puke. 12.69 hectares this park is. It's like prime real estate in the city, you know? Well, it says right here, the heart of Kaunas. You could say the heart of all Lithuania. You could, I don't know if you'd want to, but packed with a castle, churches, museums, statues. There's volleyball courts, skate park, playgrounds, basketball courts. Look at it right here, I told you. I don't know why I'm telling you, but not showing you. What?
They have basketballs.
What? Free.
Get the app.
Play for free. Self-service sports equipment. Download the Equip Sport app. Wow, that's awesome. Don't even need to own a basketball. Look at, they have a little app with all the different spots you can play. How cool is that? I've never seen that before.
No, that's so cool.
Lithuanians are very active people. They're into nature, so if you like hiking or walking, it's a great place to visit. And we're headed up there. Pretty cool job. Now we got a viewpoint. You see signs like this all over any tourist place in Lithuania, and they have English, teach you a little something about the area, or sometimes it's just like there'll be a mural on a wall and they'll have information about it. There's just so many attractions that are free, or €1 to ride that, and then to come up here, see some beautiful sculpture work and an amazing view. This is basically how we've been spending most of our days, walking through parks, seeing old buildings, walk through the old town, maybe get a coffee, people watch a little bit, and just enjoy all the city and just...
Who's enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it.
I'm not.
You're not enjoying Lithuania?
No. Just a joke.
We're in Trakai, beautiful hiking cottage area, like less than an hour I'd say from Vilnius. But look at these cottages. It's like, how sweet is that? Sorry whoever lives here, but you're in my video now. So we're walking this path along the lake and we're headed to a castle. Cool looking.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are. Big wide feet so they can walk around on floating grass. I don't speak Lithuanian, but I do speak Lithuanian bird language, and that bird is saying, "F off, kids." He hates that Minions kid. So do I. Sarah and I both hate that Minions kid. Let's go push him in the lake.
Who likes Minions is usually the worst.
Shippy castle. Got the Ukraine flag up there. See the Ukraine flag everywhere here. Even on the buses, they have Vilnius loves Ukraine or something like that. It says on all the buses. A lot of support. A lot of hatred for the Russians. Ah, that is not snow, ladies and gentlemen. That is coming from trees. And I got some in the eye. Sarah swallowed a hunk. Oh, my eyes. In Klaipeda, we took a ferry over to the Coronian spit, one of the longest spits in the world. It's a really cool feature in Lithuania. Check this out. Oof. Oh God, there's so many. It's crazy. Bah. I don't like it. Sarah doesn't like it either.
It's like you're picking really candy out and candy.
Headed to see the Baltic Sea for the first time. It's exciting. Look at it. This beach goes forever. There's I think windsurfing competitions happen out here. There's a bunch of nudist beaches they get rated best nudist beaches in the world. They're further down. We're not going to venture into the nudist beach, but what a spot. Just a ferry ride away. Sarah's got her sweater on. Meanwhile, there's kids getting in the water. 15 degrees Celsius the water is right now. It's chilly. Definitely chilly. Welcome to Shitzaw on the coast with Ryan. So we did hit the nudist beach. There's a men's section that we started to go into. Didn't really understand the sign, and we saw a guy with his butt out, so we turned around and avoided it. Oh my god, that is freezing. It's not bad. Don't be scared, homie.
Oh, it's freezing.
15 degrees. Oh, no. That's no deeper than that. And of course, there are plenty of beautiful historical areas to walk around in the cities. Castles to walk around, cathedrals. Yeah, really green. And this is the Basketball Museum. It's Mr. Naismith. James Naismith, Canadian, who invented basketball. This is basketball country. Kaunas is the home of the best Lithuanian basketball team ever. And guess what? We got to go to the championship game. That's fun. Literally the worst seat, not the worst seat, but the very, 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 very back row. And we ordered these tickets, I mean, it was 20 minutes after it was decided this game would happen. Where did that come from? Go, Francis, go! Go. That basketball game was probably the highlight of the entire trip. Check out a game in Konus if you get the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm the number one fan.
We still need to talk about transportation in Lithuania. So this is the public transit. We're waiting for a bus. Oh, we got number one coming. Been basically taking public transit the whole time. Walking mostly, but doing a little bit of public transit. Taking the one? This is the bus. Great way to get around. Easy to use. Google Maps has all the information you need. Depending where you are, you can pay on the bus. But in Vilnius, they don't accept cash on the bus. It's only credit card, or if you have like a transit card. That will accept credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, any of the touch pay ones. I think it's 90 euro cents in Vilnius. And I think it was charging us about $1 US, $6 or something like that. So nothing too major. Exchange rate's not too bad. It's the bus station. So this is buses going to other cities. This bus came from Berlin. It's Vienna. Basically get a bus anywhere in Europe from these stations. Let's have a quick look at the station. So we ordered all our tickets online ahead of time. Probably didn't need to because the buses haven't been full at all yet. I think you can order from these machines. Looks like they're credit card only though. Find a trip. And there it is. It's the one we're on. 12:30. 18 euros for 2 hours 45 minutes. So we actually paid €18.50, probably because there was some sort of booking fee on the website we booked through. On average, we spent about 9 euro cents per kilometer traveled on long distance buses. But yeah, bus stations are nice, clean. They don't stink. It's not like North America. And there's all kinds of food. This is a Georgian restaurant. There's a grocery store. Every bus station we've been to has a grocery store attached to it. Pharmacy. There's a Subway, cafes, shoe store. Lots in here. So, great way to get between cities. Not too expensive. And the buses are comfortable, which I'll show you right now. Bag underneath. Right now we're in the train station, about to jump on our first train in Lithuania. Great place to get a coffee. These machines, 24 hours, make a good cup of coffee. Train has arrived. It's just a little guy. It's very modern, very new. Ooh, it looks like it's got Wi-Fi on it. That's good. Were you just clearing ghosts? In Lithuania, trains are generally cheaper than buses. For example, a train from Klaipeda to Šiauliai is €13.80 and a bus is €15.70. I think that trains are also more comfortable. However, they run less often and some routes just don't have trains, so you have to take the bus. But I'd say take the train over the bus when you can. Nice view of a wall. Yeah, another wall. I'm excited for these walls. A few last points before I let you know how much we spent in total. Lithuania has been through a lot. History tells us that they have generally been very peaceful people. They're into farming and nature. But the fact that the country is located between Germany and Russia has made it difficult for it and its people for many years. Their Jewish population went from 160,000 pre-World War II to now being just over 2,000. They were under Soviet occupation for almost 50 years. A lot of dark periods here. I tell you this because they do come off a little jaded. You're not going to be greeted with smiles in Lithuania. You might think they're unfriendly, but I don't really think that's fair. Give them a chance and don't take their coldness too personal. I found that the most common answer to my question, do you speak English, was, of course. Older people might not speak it, but I wouldn't worry about not knowing any Lithuanian. Lithuanian is a very unique language. It's difficult, it's not spoken by many people, so generally people don't expect you to know any of it. Of course, do try to learn the word for thank you, which is pretty easy. It's ačiū, basically a sneeze. Okay, the budget. How much did we spend on our trip? We spent 13 nights in Lithuania, 4 nights in Vilnius, including a day trip to Trakai, where we visited the castle for 12 euros each. After that, we went down to Druskininkai. It's kind of a spa town. We spent a day at Druskininkai Aqua Park. It's basically the Disney World of saunas and steam rooms. 19 different ones, Greek style, Turkish style, Japanese, some that sprayed a mist of salt water every couple minutes. They also have hot tubs, a swimming pool with a swim-up bar. It was a lot of fun, a really unique experience. And that cost us 30 euros each, plus some drinks. We spent 2 nights in Druskininkai, then went to Kaunas, the second largest city in Lithuania. That's where we saw the basketball game. That was 12 euros each. After 3 nights there, we headed to the coast, to Klaipeda for 3 nights. Then over to Šiauliai, where the Hill of Crosses is, for just 1 night. And that's it. We took a train to Latvia the next day. So 13 nights of accommodation, that cost us about 600 euros. That's an average of about 46 euros a night. That was obviously our biggest cost. Transportation was around 117 euros in total for the 2 of us. And the rest was spent on food and attractions. In total, we spent 1,320 euro, or 1,548 US dollars. That's 660 euros each, or about 50 euros per day per person. So 60 US dollars per person per day. And of course, that's not including the flight to Lithuania. Coming from Southeast Asia, that seems pretty expensive to me, but realistically, that's pretty cheap for Europe. In fact, I say that there's only a few other places in the European Union that you can travel to for that cheap. Of course, this whole trip can be done for cheaper, and you can certainly do it for a lot more money, but I don't really feel like we made many sacrifices to get our budget that low, and we certainly made a lot of lasting memories. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Viso Gero Lithuania, and take care. Comb your hair. I'm out. By following the norm and trends, I warn my friends, don't get blinded by the media. I'd rather be myself, take flight, got a speedy on speed dial. And meanwhile, my dream right beside me with a smile, she like Destiny Child.